Welcome back to Horror History. I'm your host, Vigilante, and since this is episode 11, we're climbing to new heights. Literally. Today we're exploring the Cairngorm Disaster of 1971, a tragedy that unfolded in the snow-covered mountains of Scotland. This story is about a group of schoolchildren and their leaders, a blinding blizzard, and the devastating consequences of venturing into nature's most brutal conditions, unprepared. The Cairngorms are beautiful but unforgiving. These mountains are some of the highest and coldest in the UK, and they're infamous for their unpredictable weather. What started as an educational hiking trip turned into a fight for survival, with lives lost and lessons learned the hard way. This is Horror History Season 1, Episode 11, The Cairngorm Disaster, Survival, Tragedy, and Lessons in the Snow. Let's dive in. The group consisted of 7 teenagers, all 15 or 16 years old, from Edinburgh's Ainsley Park School. They were participating in a weekend hiking expedition as part of the Duke of Edinburgh Award program. Accompanying them were 2 leaders, Ben Beattie, a teacher and experienced mountaineer, and Catherine Davidson, a volunteer with less experience. The plan seemed straightforward: hike across the Cairngorm Plateau, stay overnight in the Curran Bothy, and return the next day. But this region, even in late autumn, is no ordinary wilderness. The Cairngorms are notorious for their extreme and sudden weather shifts. As the group embarked on their journey, the weather started deteriorating. A powerful snowstorm swept across the plateau, but the group decided to press on. They believed their leader's experience and their planned route would see them through. What they didn't fully account for was the sheer force of the storm, a combination of hurricane-force winds, plummeting temperatures, and zero visibility. We'll explore how this decision to continue, despite early warning signs, sealed their fate. The storm escalated rapidly. Temperatures dropped to a bone-chilling 20 degrees Celsius or 4 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds gusted at over 100 miles per hour, making it nearly impossible to see or move. The group became disoriented and realized they couldn't make it to the Bothy. Ben Beattie made a critical decision: they would dig a snow hole to take shelter and wait out the storm. Snow holes, when properly constructed, can provide insulation and protection, but in this case the group's lack of preparation hindered their efforts. The snow hole they dug was too small, cramped, and poorly insulated. Over the next 48 hours, the group battled against the cold. Hypothermia began to set in, sapping their strength and making it harder to think clearly. In their final hours, some members of the group wrote heartbreaking farewell letters to their families. These letters, recovered later, offered a haunting glimpse into their final moments and the overwhelming sense of helplessness they felt. When the group failed to return as scheduled, a massive rescue operation was launched. Volunteers, mountain rescue teams, and even military personnel braved the same brutal conditions to search for the missing hikers. After 2 days of relentless searching, the rescuers found the snow hole. Inside, they discovered 6 bodies, including both leaders and 4 of the students. 3 survivors were miraculously found alive, but severely frostbitten and traumatized. The rescue team described the scene as one of the most devastating they'd ever encountered. The sheer scale of the storm, combined with the group's tragic lack of adequate shelter, had made survival nearly impossible. The tragedy sparked a national outcry, leading to an official inquiry. Investigators scrutinized every aspect of the expedition: why the trip was undertaken despite worsening weather, why the group lacked sufficient survival equipment, and how such an incident could be prevented in the future. The inquiry concluded that while Beattie was experienced, he underestimated the severity of the storm and overestimated the group's ability to handle it. The lack of proper clothing, equipment, and communication devices were all factors that contributed to the disaster. The Cairngorm Disaster prompted sweeping changes In outdoor education and safety guidelines for school trips became stricter, mandatory survival equipment was introduced, and weather forecasting improved dramatically. Even today, the Cairngorm Disaster serves as a sobering reminder of nature's power. The tragedy is studied by mountaineers and outdoor educators worldwide as a study case in how even experienced leaders can make fatal errors estimating the elements. Survivors of the disaster have shared their stories, emphasizing the importance of preparation, respect for nature, and understanding personal limits. We'll reflect on the enduring impact of this disaster and how it has shaped policies and attitudes towards outdoor exploration in the UK and beyond. The Cairngorm Disaster isn't just a story of tragedy, it's a powerful lesson about respect for nature and the consequences of human error. It's a reminder that while adventure can be thrilling, it comes with risks that should never be underestimated. Thank you for joining me on this deeply moving journey through history. This has been Horror History, Season 1, Episode 11, The Cairngorm Disaster. Survival, strategy, and lessons in the snow. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and as always, stay safe. Peace.